We're shaking, folks. Back with another reaction, back with some more punk rock, and we're back with some more Blink-182 from their first proper album. I've looked into this. There's actually, it seems, disagreement or differing opinions on whether Buddha is in fact a proper album. Some people say it was like a collection of demos, and therefore, you know, Cheshire Cat is the first properly like produced album. Other people say Buddha was an album, and the fact that, you know, the later album had a bit more production behind it, it's still, you know, it doesn't change the fact that they released more than an EP like earlier. So again, I'm just, you know, this is the first album that I got by them, so to me it's their first, but I later realized that there was stuff they put out before that. So either way, this is the final tune on the album, and it is one of, as I mentioned before, 3 tracks that are highlighted differently in the track list and in some sense are more jokey even than their other songs, which have comedy in them certainly. But I mentioned when I saw them at the Steps Espresso Bar, which again, given how big they became shortly after that, it was so weird only a few years later when, you know, I would see like clips of them, whether it's on MTV or whatever, playing in front of, you know, 20,000, 30,000. It was like, dude, like I saw them like 2 years ago in front of like 80 people. But when I saw them that night, all their songs were a bit faster, but they played Depends, which was near the end of the set, as it is the last track on the CD, just insane. Like, it was double fast, it was way like harder sounding than on the album, and again, it's not that it sounds light or fluffy here, but they just absolutely shredded that track, and it hit harder than pretty much any other tune on the night, which is funny because it's a song about adult undergarments for incontinence, let's say. Which, if you didn't know, Depends is, I think, a particular brand within that type of product. So, in any case, let's listen. This is Blink-182 and their quite funny song, Depends, as apparently like a massive 18-wheeler goes by outside or something. But yeah, this is Depends by Blink-182 on maybe their first or perhaps their second album, Cheshire Cat, which is, I believe, 1995. 94.
I don't wanna urinate on myself. I don't wanna urinate on anyone else. But I guess that really doesn't matter anymore. 'Cause I can't control my bladder anymore. Well, I guess that all depends. Undergarments. Well, I guess that all depends. Undergarments. Step back in the line. I don't have a care because there's not a load in my underwear. I'm sick of offending everyone I meet. Go, 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 go! I'm sick of crying myself to sleep on rubber sheets. Go! I had an accident today. I left on the soil on a bus seat. I didn't know what to say. But I guess it all depends.
I'm not sure there is anything to say at that point. Sorry, I guess.
Well, I guess it all depends. Undergarment. Step back in the line. No more soiled nights alone. Well, I guess that I don't ever care if I don't have a load in my underwear. Anyway, well, as I was saying, my dog, nice dog. Bending over,
If you dropped your keys, you'd bend over too.
I just want to say thank you all for coming to the sperm bank. Do you have a question there?
Shit, Scott. That Akimofo we messing with my lady got to be running cold upside down his head, you know what I'm saying, man? Hey, Holmes, I can dig it. That brother need to go pick up a new man. I see, hey, Scott. So to say, I want to say, Pretty J, I did the same old, same old. Hey, knock yourself for post. Like the great matter of fact, when my phone was down, I take TCB in, man. Hey, you know what they say? You see the broad to get that booty yakka? You lay her down and slack 'em, yak 'em. Cold got to be, you know, man? Shit.
Are you, feeling alright?
Oh, man. Jamofo belayed me to the bone. She's jacking me up tightly.
If you didn't know, that long run...
All right. Get out the scissors and get in place.
Ready?
Ready? Now start chopping.
Hey, man, someone stop me. It's heavy.
All right, now heave it on down here. dick down the stairs.
We really done? I didn't remember that last part. I remember the jive part, which, if you didn't know, is a run from Airplane. I don't know if there's more than one, but the original one. And ultimately, there's a scene where this old lady who you wouldn't expect to speak jive, which is like she refers to it like a dialect. And yeah, that's like part of that is what she says at the end about taking 2CB in, man. Nevertheless, that was indicative of the shenanigans from the show that I saw. They were certainly joking between every bit. I don't think they said like some of the same things, but they definitely were like, you know, doing stuff and like, you know, silly, dumb songs like between their actual songs, you know, and like quoting things. And yeah, basically that was very much reflective of the on-stage style they had when I saw them. So again, really fun band at the time I saw them. As again, they went on, their musical style shifted, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it was like increasingly or decreasingly to my style and taste, such that by the time you got to Enema of the State, as I mentioned, I was like, this is not for me, you know, like I had lost interest. But again, that's, you know, bands are free to explore their own evolution, and I do believe that at some point, you know, they've played punk rock that's perhaps a bit more reflective of some of their earlier stylings. But either way, I do very much love this album. As I mentioned, I'll go through all the tunes eventually, but at this point I'm just kind of jumping around because, you know, there's a few that, like I said, because of that show, I felt like talking about specifically. This one, as I mentioned, it's such a joke, silly song, and yet when they played it, it destroyed the room more than any other tune in the set. So in any case, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time. Peace.